What's up, bud? It's Rob, this is Apparel Success, and in this video here, I want to talk to you guys about the 3 biggest mistakes that I made when I first started my clothing brand, and what I would do differently if I could go back in time and do it all over again. Okay, I think that this video is going to offer you guys a lot of value. You should be able to learn from all of my mistakes, so stay tuned and enjoy the show. So the first big mistake that we made when we first started our clothing brand was for about the first 6 to 8 months that our clothing brand existed, we basically didn't have a system in place to market our brand. Okay, so for the first 6 to 8 months, our clothing brand was basically just sitting there, it was stagnant, and there wasn't anything driving it forward. There wasn't even really a plan as to how exactly we were going to go about growing the business forward on a daily basis. From day one of starting the clothing brand, I wish I had known everything that I know now about how to work Instagram and grow an audience on Instagram over time. Okay, so for those of you guys starting up your business right now, and even if you've had your business for quite some time now, I recommend putting in place that marketing system that you guys know you can rely on to constantly be growing your audience over time. The second big mistake that we made when we first started our clothing brand was finding the wrong screen printing facility to outsource our printing. Okay, so when we first started, we basically used the first screen printing facility that we could find locally, and it turned out that this place had horrible customer service. Their turnaround time was really slow. They ended up screwing up a whole bunch of our prints. Actually, 100 of our shirts got printed wrong, and we ended up having to wait like an extra month for certain shirts, and people wouldn't answer us, and we almost got into like this almost like argument and fight with them, and it was just a horrible experience. Okay, so if I could go back in time, I would do some research and call a bunch of places and go in and talk to them and see what they're like before actually committing to them. And actually, even though you're spending a little bit more time up front doing the research, you're saving a lot more time in the long run because you're finding a place that you can have a long-term relationship, that you trust, and that is really, really committed to giving you guys the best possible service, right? The third big mistake that we made when we first started our company was we started out with way too much inventory. Okay, so when we first started out our company, from day one, we printed 400 t-shirts. Okay, which really doesn't sound like a lot, but when you start out with 400 t-shirts, that is a lot of t-shirts to try and sell from the very beginning. If I could go back in time, we probably would have only started with, say 20 or 40 shirts, because that 400 shirts is so daunting. It has such an upfront cost that you really don't need to put on yourself. And if you just started out with a smaller amount of inventory, you could reinvest that money instead of having this upfront cost that now you need to pay back. So if you're starting out right now, I really highly recommend starting out with less inventory and slowly growing the company forward, as opposed to just dumping all of your money into a lot of inventory and being stuck with it for a long period of time. Once again, guys, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you guys about a closed Facebook group that is going on with Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below, and basically it's a community of clothing brand owners who are all there to support each other, answer each other's questions. So follow that link, join the Facebook group. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have any video ideas that you want me to make on this channel, please write them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.